right. So if you're like I don't know, most of America out there, you may have got a new mobile device for Christmas or over the holidays, or maybe just there's great deals out there. I mean, they're giving away iPhones for what was it, like $1 or something? It was a few cents. I don't remember for sure. I didn't get one. I did go ahead and get a Note 5. I'm pretty happy with my Samsung Note 5. I like the S series. I like Samsung, to be honest. I've had a Samsung TV, Samsung laptop, Samsung mobile devices. I've been pretty happy with them. They've been good devices. Anyways, the S series, the Note 5, anyways, it's a good device, and I got it. It was a pretty good upgrade deal. Matter of fact, I got it and got a free TV, so I was part of that crazy deal. It was funny because I came home from Best Buy, and my wife knows every time I go to Best Buy, bad things could happen because it's Best Buy, and I mean it's a big box, and so you want to go in there and you want to get the thing you're there for, but you just don't know. And I'm that guy that the aisles right before the checkouts. Your checkouts right here, they've got those aisles that kind of loop around. Yeah, those are targeted for people like me because I need batteries, and I only need batteries when I'm getting ready to check out. And I promise you, they do two checkouts because they want you out there grazing that little circle, that little U out there. So I find things like, I don't know, headphones. I saw some Star Wars action figures, like some 3 foot tall action figures. I mean, those are cool. I'm not much with the action figure guy. I'm more of a collectible. Yeah. Anyways, let's just say I spent a lot of money at Dollar General getting X-wing and Tie fighters. Anyways. Moving on, but I'm that guy. So I bought my Note 5, upgraded to that, and I came home with a TV, and I brought it to my wife. I'm like, well, here it is. And my wife's like, okay. But she wasn't. She was like, well, maybe you won or something like that. But anyways, I was one of those guys where if you bought you activated a new Samsung device, and I think it was a Note 5, one of the S6 Edge, I think the regular S6 as well. I don't remember all the phones in there. But anyways, if you activated one of those, it gave you a free Samsung 32-inch television. And well, hey, I can find a place for a television. So my daughter got an upgrade. So anyways, it was good. But he's back to topics. So we got mobile devices. And maybe you gave your kid a new Android device, maybe a Samsung, maybe an S5, 6, whatever it may be. There's a lot of great devices out there on the Android market. There's also iOS phones. I mean, I know kids out there want the new iPhone 6. iPhone 5s were a good seller. They were discounted pretty significantly over the past season. So anyways, those are good devices that were out there. But the thing that you have to look out for is when you get one of those devices for a child. And I know some people say, well, a kid doesn't need an iOS device, or a kid doesn't need a cell phone. Back in my day, I didn't have cell phones. Back in my day, but in actuality, back in my day when I was a kid, I had a pager, and so if someone, I didn't even think I got a pager until I was like, I don't know, 18 maybe. And, with a pager, you couldn't get like a phone call, you couldn't play games or whatever, and they'd send you a message, basically, if it was like 911 with the phone number, it was an emergency, call that person back. It's kind of one of those things. I remember the first cell phone we had, man, was I 19? Was I 20? I'm showing my age. Maybe the grays are doing it. But anyways, the first phone we had like 20 minutes. 20 minutes. That was like our plan. 20 minutes on your cell phone. And it was like an emergency phone. So it was one of those scenarios where if someone called you, you're like, is it an emergency? No, I'm going to call you back. You hang up, you like burn like a minute. You don't want to be that guy that burns the last of your cell phone minutes, because not only was it a cell phone that I had, but it was shared, not shared minutes. It was a shared cell phone between all the people in our house. So anyways, one cell phone, there were 4 of us. And so whoever went out, you got the cell phone. And so yeah, anyway, back in the day when those old Nokias, those candy bar phones were just, they take a beating, they'd be good to go. Anyways, you may have gotten your kid a device now. Of course, the downside of, the upside is you can you can contact your kids whenever you need them. You can be able to contact them. You can track them with some of the GPS functionality. They can always get a hold of you. There's never a scenario where they should not be able to contact you because now they've got a device, and should be vice versa, where you can contact them and communicate with them, the whole work. So there's a lot of positive aspects to a kid having a mobile device. I gave my kid a device, I think she was maybe 9 years old. And some of you are saying, 9 years old? What? That's too young to have a device. Yeah, but my kid was going to school. We were both working at the time, so it was a scenario where when she got home from school, we wanted to make sure she wasn't locked out of the house. So when she gets home from school, she called us, let us know, hey, I'm home. I'm in the house now. Works, right? No big deal. Now she wasn't like an iPhone or something like that. It was one of these like little burner phones, like one of these LG, like ones you get for like $9 at the Dollar General. Yeah, it wasn't like a super device. Yeah. Now she has upgraded over the years. She's done pretty well. I say pretty well because she's broken a device or two or three, maybe four. I don't remember. Anyways, but she does pretty good with her mobile device. But the thing with the mobile device with kids is you really have to be careful because the internet, which comes on most mobile devices now, mobile data anyways, or even be able to connect to Wi-Fi. But the internet is awesome and a wonderful place, and the internet is a horrible and a scary place, especially for kids. Back when I was growing up, we had dial-up. I remember when 14 4K modems came out and getting on the internet and you waited for that you know what I'm saying? And so it took a while for things to kind of hit that, and to get online and things like that. But nowadays, we've got Wi-Fi. I mean, we're hitting 20 meg download speeds. Depending on what service you're on, you may get 40 meg down. I mean, that's pretty impressive. And kids have all that power in their hand, and unfortunately, the internet's a dangerous place. There's sites that just stumble in our lap. There's places that people don't want to get to, and it just happens to get there. There's advertisements, there's people being malicious, trying to do all kinds of stuff like that. So we have to be able to protect our kids. So one thing I do with my kids here in my home is I use a tool called MobiFlock. I'm sorry, I take that back. It used to be called MobiFlock. The name changed probably 6 months, maybe a year ago, to Mobile Guardian. Okay, so this is a pretty good tool. And what this tool does is you can install it on your mobile device. You can install it on an Android tablet, a phone, an iOS phone, a tablet. I think you can also install it on some Blackberries. But if you've gotten your kid a Blackberry, they must have done something wrong. That's like getting coal in your for a present from Santa. Anyways, so that it's a really good tool, and what it does, it lets you track things like who are their contacts on their phone. So anytime they're adding people to their phone, you can see that contact list. You can see who their incoming calls are, their outgoing calls are. You can see the duration of the phone calls. There was a conversation I had to have with my daughter at one point because there was a phone number I didn't quite recognize on it, and it was like a 30-minute phone call. And I'm like, where was she at the time she was having this phone call? And I was like, okay. So anyway, we had a conversation about it. It turned out okay, but you have to kind of stay proactive on all types of things like that. Not only does it help you monitor kind of the telephone calls, helps you monitor messages, applications that are being used on the telephone. You can actually lock down applications. For example, maybe you want to have Netflix on a device, but you only want them to be able to use Netflix between 4 and 5 o'clock in the afternoon. Obviously not using it at school or wherever they're at, just at home when they're kind of in an area where you're going to be there. So you can actually put a timetable on the application and lock it down so it only works during those times. If they try to access the application at a different time, then it pops up and says, oh, you're breaking the rule. And you actually get a notification emailed to you that says, hey, there's a violation happening here. You can check it out and see what's going on. So you have that available. You can lock down what apps they can get to. For example, on my kids, I don't want my kids to go in and modify the settings on their Android devices, right? There's no reason for them to be in there. I mean, once I set the stuff, I set the passcode, once I set all the security in there, they don't need to get in there and be tweaking things and making things better and all that. No, we don't need that. Or turning off my app. So I disable settings. So every time they try to go to settings, they get a pop-up that says, you can't go in there. Daddy says no, or, kind of whatever in that scenario. So it's a good tool, and it sends me notification as well. The advantage of being notified is it allows you to have some conversations with your kids, and I'm not saying, you have to be, super overbearing, stringent. And I know some of you are probably saying, I can't believe he won't let his kids use the internet, or he monitors phone calls. Well, they need privacy and all that. No. No. Yeah. In the world we live in, the age we live in, you've got to be proactive when it comes to monitoring your devices for your kids. Unfortunately, this tool is reactive. So once they've actually I guess, had a violation or done a violation, whether they tried to hit Netflix at 1 o'clock in the morning when they should be asleep, or maybe they tried to make a phone call to a blocked number. Actually, a blocked number would even work anyways. But if they maybe got a phone call or tried to call someone at 2:30, or they're on Hangouts or something like that, and it's like at 11:30 at night. I mean, there's no reason in the world for a young child to be on Hangouts at 11:30 at night unless they're talking to their parent, right? So, anyways, so that's kind of reactive. It kind of reacts, and then you go and have a conversation with them. And you really need to do that anyways when you're parenting your kids with mobile devices, with all the power of the internet, and applications and all the dangers that are out there. You really got to be pretty proactive when you're using those tools. But anyways, Mobile Guardian. I'll have a link to that at the bottom of the video area. But that's a great tool. I recommend that for all those out there who are parents and you're concerned about letting your kids have these devices, because obviously there's advantages to giving your kids these devices. I mean, my 5-year-old right now, I mean, she knows how to get in the tablet and just go to town. I mean, she's good at that. She can do that, knock it out. So anyways, you got to have these types of devices out there, these types of tools available for them, because it really gives them an edge up, in my opinion. If you do it the right way, they won't just get locked into, screen time. Of course, me, I grew up playing Nintendo, and I'm fine. I'm good. Right? All right. Anyways, MobiFlock. Get those mobile devices protected, whether it's Mobile Guardian, or some other device. I know Sprint's got some devices out there. I think it's called Parental Guardian or Parental Safety, or I don't know if AT&T, some of the other providers have those different tools out there. But there are third-party tools out there that you can put on your mobile devices to protect your kids. Okay? And that's the most important part, because I mean, it's the wild, wild west a lot of times with the internet, and you want your children to be able to utilize it and take advantage of some of the great features of it, but at the same time, be safe. So be safe out there. Use some type of parental guardianship tool or third-party tool to block things, and be aware of what your kids are doing. Other thing I'll mention is my kid also has a Windows device, Windows 10. It's a little, actually, it's similar to this one here. It's a little netbook I bought. It was really inexpensive, but anyways, I don't know why I'm showing you this. Anyways, it's a little it's a Dell. What's the name of that? HP Dell Venue Pro 8. Okay, it was an older device I had, and I transitioned it over to her. But anyways, I wanted to be able to use it. I wanted to use Office. I wanted to use OneDrive and get familiar with those tools, so that when she's in school, she's already familiar with that stuff. And then when she leaves school, she's got that skill set already. Oh yeah, I can use Office. I'm comfortable with that. I can use Windows 10 or whatever next version that they say won't be coming out, but probably will be coming out by the time that she's graduated from high school. So anyways, so I want her familiar with that stuff like that. But there's actually a parental guardian tool that's on there as well. And what it does is every week it sends you a notification of everywhere that child's been, how long did they spend on specific sites, how long were they doing different things like that. And so those are tools like that that you also need to have on your computers. And anyway, just protect your kids. I highly encourage all parents, create a non-administrative account for your child, whether it's a Mac you're using or a Windows machine you're using, whether it's Android or something like that, or whether device. Don't let your child just use your device running as you, because they have all the power in the world, which means that they can see things, they can delete things, they can clear history or whatever it may be, and they can do it as you, and you'll never know. Go ahead and create a separate account for them, a child account without elevated privileges, without elevated access. That way they can do all that, and you can get monitored, and you can kind of still see what's going on and parent and do well with that. So anyways, that's mobile devices. So anyways, speaking of mobile, my youngest daughter, she has this habit of breaking tablets. You know what? I take it back. Yeah, no. She's broken the tablet. I don't remember if it got stepped on. I don't remember what exactly happened. It wasn't a really expensive tablet, but broken, gone, boom, out of here. So I bought another tablet. I think it was last Christmas, or it may have been for her birthday. I don't remember exactly when it was. I'm not buying like high-end quad-core tablets. No, we're not doing that. We're getting like low end. Oh, that tablet's $30. 20 mega RAM. Hey, we're going low end here, okay? I mean, she's basically playing Angry Birds, little Minecraft, and Strawberry Shortcake. That's what she's kind of playing. It's not like she needs a high end tablet, anyways. Well, anyways, my daughter, I bought another tablet last year. She loses this tablet. It's gone. I mean, we've searched the entire house. We've searched upstairs, downstairs. I mean, just everything, and no tablet. Tablet has disappeared. Just went into a black hole, and I'm sure it's going to show up. I don't know, probably 6 months from now. It's going to just, oh, there's that tablet. But anyways, so I, being a good dad I was, I decided, hey, I'm not going to just buy you another tablet instantly. You're going to have to behave and show that, hey, you can, you can take care of a tablet, So, anyways, I saw that they had that special back in December with Amazon where you can buy the Kindle Fire 7, the 2015 version, for like $34. And I was like, man, $34? I could do that. I mean, that's a week's of Starbucks, basically. Yeah, I gotta cut that out. Anyway, but so I went ahead and ordered one of those, got it in, got it set up for her, and I'm so used to the Android OS devices and everything like that, and I'm thinking, oh, it's Kindle, it's Android, no big deal. And so I get it, and I try to get it set up, and all of a sudden I remember, oh, Kindle is not just base Android. I mean, it is base Android, but it's Kindleized. I don't know what they call their OS other than the Kindle, I guess Fire OS? I don't know. Fire OS, yes, that's right. So anyways, it's Kindleized, and it's not... And there's a lot of things that I love to hate about it, but I'm okay with it. But one of the things that I realized is that you can't, just out of the box, put the Google Play Store on a Kindle. And I should have known that. I mean, I know IT. I've been doing this for a while. This is not my first Kindle device. But all of a sudden, I'm like, oh my goodness, what's going on? And so I look over some Googling on the internet, and I find this one Play Store called, I think it was the One Mobile app, or One App Mobile Store, or One Play, something like that. It was kind of a third-party store, and you can get some Google Play type stores on there. But one thing I was trying to do was get the Chromecast app installed, because I got Chromecast and through the house, where we can actually, like if they're watching some of the YouTube for Kids stuff, or some of the DVDs, things like that are for them, they can play them on their devices, on their TVs, instead of taking over my TV all the time. Okay, so I'm like, man, this Kindle, I try to find a Google Chromecast app, and it ain't installing. So I think I found a third-party cast app, got it installed, and it's like, oh, Google Play Services is not compatible with your device. I'm like, why is this not working? It's an Android, right? Android should just work. And so then all of a sudden I remembered Amazon sells a device that competes with Chromecast called the Fire Stick. So why would Amazon allow you to connect to a Chromecast device when they want you to buy an Amazon Fire device and cast to that on their device? It makes sense. I mean, it is competition, basically. So I was like, Mero, come on now. So figured it out. I was kind of stuck there for a while, but I actually I'll send the link in here as well. A colleague of mine, former boss of mine, sent me a link, and it showed you how to actually sideload the Google Play Store directly onto your Kindle device and actually install those pieces. So I got the Google Play Store installed. Previously, I got the Chromecast app sideloaded in there, and so that was there, but it was complaining about the Google Play services not being compatible with my device. But anyways, with this new link, following the process through there to kind of sideload it, all that stuff got in there, works great. Chromecast is working good. The Kindle device is putting stuff over there. Not to mention the apps that I previously purchased with my Google account, I can now download on this Kindle device and I don't have to rebuy them. So if anyone knows, buying Minecraft for the Pocket Edition is like $7 per device. And my kids, yeah, I didn't want to buy that again. But anyway, good to go. Anyways, hopefully that link will help some of you if you've purchased that Kindle device and you want to use that Google Play Store and some of the Google applications that you may have already purchased, or you just want to move that stuff over. So anyways, that's available and that's out there. I'll make sure that link's out there with us. All right. Also, I finally broke down and bought Apple TV. If you know me, I'm a Windows guy. I'm an Android guy. I love those two devices. I have not really ever been just a huge iOS, iPhone, iPad, Mac guy. Um, my family is, and I've just been holding out. And I was like, I don't need no Mac. I don't, Android, Team Android, dog. I don't need none of that stuff. It's crazy. So, anyways, I finally, my wife, she's got an iPad, and she's always trying to screencast and make things work. And I'm always trying to get these other applications and just string stuff together. It never quite worked. So, anyways, I'm like, well, let's just see what this Apple TV is all about. So I picked up one of those Apple TVs. They were on sale. They were one of the older generations, for like $69 or $70. It wasn't. I don't even think it was that much actually. Anyways, I purchased it, got it plugged in, and the thing just worked. And it worked very, very well. My wife was able to get her iPad hooked up to it. My MacBook Air just connected right up to it. It's a good tool. It's really a good tool. I mean, it really is. So I got Chromecast for everyone else, but in important places where my wife's going to be watching TV at, I got those. Got the Apple TV set up for her, and I'm really happy with it. So, anyways, I think I'll put a review out a little later on about that Apple TV and some things you can do with it. One of the other advantages of it is that with Apple TV, you can actually still connect to it with your Android devices. There's some tools and some third-party apps you can use to do that. I personally use Plex a lot for a lot of the movies and things like that I've got. And so being able to use Plex on my Android devices, I can actually connect either to Chromecast or to the Apple device and stream it, and it works great. It's a really, really good tool. But anyways, it's kind of an inaugural show, first show. I don't want to go too much longer, but hey, I just want to just kind of start the year off. So Happy New Year, everybody out there, and hope to put these out once a week or so. And so anyways, thanks everybody for watching. I hope there's been some helpful information in there, or you just had a good time watching. If so, subscribe, and I'll talk to you guys next week. See ya.